Have you ever wondered why celebrating progress matters so much? Let's delve into this thought-provoking question together. You see, progress, whether big or small, is the heartbeat of any venture, be it personal or business. It's the fuel that keeps the engine of success running. But why is it so important, you may ask? Well, picture yourself on a long journey. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your destination. Now, imagine if you could amplify the joy of each step, if you could celebrate each stride. That's the power of progress. The act of celebrating progress is like a pat on the back, a high five to your own spirit. It's a way of saying, hey, you're doing great, keep going. This simple act can have profound psychological benefits. It's the difference between feeling like you're trudging uphill and feeling like you're soaring through the sky. In the realm of entrepreneurship and innovation, recognizing small wins is a game changer. It's like the burst of energy you get when you see the first sprout in your garden after days of nurturing. It's a confirmation that you're on the right track, that your efforts are bearing fruit. And here's the kicker. Celebrating progress doesn't just make you feel good, it actually boosts your motivation and productivity. It's like a feedback loop. The more you recognize your progress, the more motivated you become to continue progressing. And in the process, you boost your productivity and inch closer to your ultimate goal. But it's not just about you. Celebrating progress can create a ripple effect. It can inspire others around you, fostering a culture of positivity and growth. It's a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of perseverance and the triumph of the human spirit. So if you're not pausing to pat yourself on the back every now and then, you might just be missing out on a powerful tool for success. You might be thinking, sure, celebrating sounds fun, but does it really make a difference? Well, let me share a couple of stories and studies that might just change your mind. Have you heard about the tale of the two stone cutters? One day a passerby asked the first stone cutter what he was doing. With a weary sigh, he replied, "I'm cutting this stone into blocks." When asked the same question, the second stone cutter's eyes lit up as he declared, "I'm building a cathedral." See, both were doing the same task, but the second stone cutter was celebrating each block he cut as a step towards his grand vision. Now, that's the power of celebrating progress. But it's not just anecdotal wisdom. Science backs it up too. Researchers at Harvard Business School found that workers who regularly acknowledged and celebrated their small wins were not only happier, but also more productive than those who didn't. They discovered that the act of recognition, even for small achievements, triggered the brain's reward circuitry, releasing feel-good hormones like dopamine. This in turn led to increased motivation and productivity. And here's another fascinating study from the field of neuropsychology. Scientists found that when people celebrated their progress, their brain released endorphins, the body's natural painkillers. This made them more resilient to stress and adversity. Imagine being able to weather life's storms better just by taking a moment to pat yourself on the back. Now let's bring it back to our daily lives. Think about that time you managed to jog for 10 minutes without stopping, or when you finally figured out how to use that pesky spreadsheet formula at work. These moments may seem small, but celebrating them can make a world of difference in our motivation and resilience. So, the next time you find yourself brushing off your small wins, pause and give yourself a high five. After all, progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Remember, folks, it's not just about reaching the top of the mountain, it's about enjoying the climb. Nice chikichi. Now you might be asking, if celebrating progress is so great, why don't we do it more often? Well, let's dive into that, shall we? First off, there's that pesky little thing called perfectionism. You know, that voice in your head that says, sure, you've done well, but it's not perfect. It's like a party pooper at your celebration, isn't it? But let's remember, no one ever said progress had to be perfect. It's called progress, not perfection, for a reason. Then there's impatience, that restless cousin of perfectionism. Impatience is always in a hurry, always wanting things done yesterday. It has no time to stop and smell the roses, let alone celebrate the progress made. But as the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your dreams be. So give impatience the red light and take a breather to acknowledge how far you've traveled. And finally, there's the infamous end goal obsession. This is when we're so focused on the finish line that we forget to enjoy the race. We treat progress like a pit stop, something to rush past on our way to victory. But life isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey too. So why not make the journey more enjoyable by celebrating the milestones along the way? Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with striving for perfection, being eager to reach your goals, or keeping your eyes on the prize. But when these attitudes make us overlook our progress, they become self-defeating. It's like refusing to take a drink of water during a marathon because you're too focused on finishing the race. Sure, you might reach the finish line, but you'll be too exhausted to enjoy it. So next time you find yourself saying, I'm not there yet, remember to add, but look how far I've come. Alright, you're convinced, but how do you actually start celebrating progress? Well, let's get into that. It's all about being aware and intentional. You see, progress isn't always a giant leap forward. Sometimes it's just a small, almost imperceptible shuffle in the right direction. So first and foremost, it's crucial to set smaller, more manageable goals. Picture your journey as climbing a mountain. You don't just teleport to the top, do you? No, you climb it step by step, ledge by ledge. Each ledge reached, every step taken is a victory in itself. So set those ledges, those smaller goals, and allow yourself to feel the joy of reaching them. Now let's talk about reflection. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we forget to pause and take stock of how far we've come. So make it a habit to reflect regularly. It could be weekly, monthly, or even daily, depending on what works best for you. Take a moment to look back at your journey, appreciate the challenges you've overcome and the growth you've achieved. It's like taking a breather on that mountain climb to look at the view, and trust me, the view is worth it. And last but certainly not least, reward yourself. Yes, you heard me right. Treat yourself. You've earned it. It could be anything from a sweet treat, a day off, or even a well-deserved vacation. Remember, the reward doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be something that makes you feel appreciated and valued, because let's face it, you're awesome and you deserve to be celebrated. So there you have it. 3 simple yet effective ways to celebrate progress. Setting smaller goals, taking time to reflect, and rewarding yourself. And remember, it's not about reaching the destination, it's about appreciating the journey. Remember, progress is a party, and you're always invited. Now that you're a pro at celebrating your own progress, how about spreading the joy? Just as you've learned to recognize your own milestones, it's equally vital to encourage those around you to do the same. Imagine a workplace where everyone is so focused on the end result that they forget to acknowledge the steps they've taken to get there. It's like running a marathon with your eyes fixated solely on the finish line, disregarding the miles you've already covered. Sounds exhausting, doesn't it? Now picture a different scenario, a workplace where each small victory is celebrated, where the journey is as important as the destination. This is the power of a positive, progress-focused culture. So why should we encourage others to celebrate their progress? Well, for starters, it boosts morale. Recognizing others' achievements makes them feel valued and seen. It can foster a sense of camaraderie, transforming individual efforts into a team triumph. Secondly, it nurtures a growth mindset. As we celebrate progress, we reinforce the notion that every step, no matter how small, is a step forward. This can empower individuals to take on challenges with a can-do attitude, fostering resilience and perseverance. Thirdly, it cultivates an atmosphere of continuous improvement. By celebrating progress, we highlight the importance of the process, not just the outcome. This can inspire individuals to strive for better, to learn, to grow, and to constantly seek improvement. And finally, it's just plain fun. Who doesn't love a good celebration? It breaks the monotony, adds a dash of excitement, and injects a healthy dose of positivity into the environment. So, the next time you see a coworker or a friend making strides, don't hesitate to give them a high five, a word of praise, or a simple nod of acknowledgement. Encourage them to celebrate their progress just as you celebrate yours. And there you have it, folks. Celebrating progress isn't just fun, it's a game changer for success. So go on, give yourself a pat on the back, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more transformative facts for success and growth.